What's going on, people? You hear your boy Jordan back with another video, guys. Just sort this mic out here. We've got Saharu talking about dating and relationship advice for girls. So I'm hoping she understands what a man wants in a relationship, or what a man is looking for, because this shit about to get heated if not. Like I said, I don't go out and try and hate these people, whether you're women or male. I don't go out for that, but it's just really about what you know. That is what I look out for. So I'll go against what you know. I won't, it's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you personally. But yeah, I just feel like some women out here, you're trying to give advice to other girls that are growing up, or other women that are in the dating game, and they're in the game and they're in that circle looking for a man to settle down with, or they're out and about looking for men that she's interested in, and you're giving them the wrong advice because you think you know what a man wants and thinks. Where it's like, you should be listening to, you could be listening to me, you could be listening to another male tell you what we want. And it's the same thing. If I wanted advice upon what a woman wants, I would go and ask a woman. I'd go and sit down and listen to a woman and what she has to say, because she's going to know. So I'm looking forward to this one, guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
I'm speaking from experience because I've done every single one of these things. And
okay, so again, she's speaking from her personal experience. Not everyone experiences the same thing, but we're gonna go with it.
It does not end well, okay? So y'all gotta trust me. They know when we make private stories and just put them in it. Like, I don't know how they know, but they do. So we gotta stop doing this. I've been saying this to the guys too, but ladies, we can't be talking about dudes we find attractive at all. Like, even to your guy best friend, do not talk about it. Every guy's told me that is the last thing they want to hear. Spam calling them like psychotically because you think it's fun to be toxic and you think they're gonna be more into you because you're
Agreed. Agree with you. Acting toxic. Bad way to go. Don't act toxic. Don't act in a way of, oh, I'm just gonna try and make him jealous. We don't like that shit. Men want peace. I mean, there might be little boys out there that want to play games, but men, we don't like games. We don't like playing games. We don't like messing around. We just want to get straight to the point.
Acting toxic doesn't work. Yeah, that's how you get blocked. 0 out of 10. Yeah. Sure, men can pick up heavy things, but you know what they can't pick up? Hints. They cannot pick up hints for the life of them, okay? You need to just be direct when it comes to
Again, we can pick up hints, but we don't like playing games. I ain't playing no games with you. Be real, be straight up to the point. Again, like she said, correct. Be direct with us. We don't like games. We don't like playing games. Just be up front. Just be up in front. That's it. That's all you have to do.
Dudes, do not be dropping hints left and right because they will not get them whatsoever and you will be butthurt. So just be direct and you'll get a response. Nothing pisses them off more than things like, I'm fine. I don't know. I don't care. Yeah. Ladies, these are tips I have for you when it comes to pulling guys. Again, this is just what I've personally noticed. You don't have to listen to me if you do not want to, but it works. And boys, let me know what you think. You need to start shooting your shot without shame, okay? DM guys. Tell them you think they're cute, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Y'all.
So far, so good, man. Hey, she's speaking some facts here. Shoot your shot. Don't be afraid to go and talk to a guy that you find attractive or you like, because that's one of the biggest turn-ons when it comes from a man's perspective, because it tells us you've got confidence. It tells us that you're driven. You know what you want. And we know that we're not going to be having to depend on your ass all the time. No, you're going to have to depend on our ass all the time. If we have to work really hard for you, for me, that is really unattractive, because it's like, if we were to pursue that relationship now, I know that you would depend on me a lot, and that I would have to do double work, double this, double shift for your ass. And it's like, no, it should be a 50-50 thing. So yeah, if you're interested in a guy or you fancy someone, go and ask him, go and shoot your shot. Don't be afraid if you get turned down.
Y'all need to understand how much power we actually hold. If you just shoot your shot with a guy, you have like a 99% success rate. Like, guys love when girls shoot their shot. Power of physical touch, okay? Most guys' love language is physical touch. So use that to your advantage, honey. Okay, obviously there's a line that we don't cross. I'm not trying to get y'all restraining.
Men are, again, physical. When it comes to physicality, we are attracted to that. We are attracted to physical touch, physical attraction. That is what we kind of rate women and girls on. We don't rate it on your intellect. We don't rate it on your qualifications. We don't rate it on your career. We don't do that. Okay, we rate it on your physical look. And again, spot on.
Orders, but a little dibble dabble here and there, they'll love it. Start asking him questions about himself. Get him to talk about himself enough, and I promise you he will start gaining an interest in you, okay? Because guys are usually the shooters, meaning they're the ones asking you about yourself, and they rarely get asked about themselves. So when you give them that opportunity...
Get him to talk about himself. No. I mean, unless he's a cocky, arrogant guy and he's got a bit of arrogance about him, I can see that. But most men have a little bit of arrogant trait in them. But no, I feel like it's interesting to hear what a woman has to say as well. I don't feel like you should get him to talk about himself all the time. But yeah.
You need to be vulnerable. They love it. Things I consider a red flag in other people's relationships. Like, if they're doing these, I'm convinced their relationship is hanging by a motherfucking thread. Disclaimer, this is just my opinion, so if you're like, oh my god, this is me and my boo, then don't take it too seriously, it's not that deep. I think we can all agree when they're always posting each other on the socials. Like, every week, it's like our 1 week anniversary, blah, blah, blah. On their birthday, that massive fucking paragraph being like, you...
I don't judge people on social media. I don't have opinions on people's social media, so I'm not gonna get involved in that. I feel like social media is a massive flaw. I understand what she's saying, like if they're posting 24/7, okay, but I still don't judge people based upon their social media profiles unless it's a business account where they're promoting their business. I don't bother getting involved in that.
You cheated on me a million times, but I still stuck around because I love you so much. Those are the toxic ones. So I saw a tweet about this once and it changed my entire mindset towards it. The more they call each other babe, the more fucked up their relationship is. And I've seen this in every couple that has used the word babe excessively. The ones that are like, babe, 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 are like borderline breaking up every week. Those couples that like borderline fuck in public all the time, like you'll be hanging out with them and they're just like making out, fucking eating each other's necks, and you're just like, what is going on? There's some shit going on. I don't trust those motherfuckers. You're welcome to disagree with me, but I just gotta say it, okay? If a person likes you enough, nothing you do will be seen as weird or cringy or a turnoff to them. Here's some examples. If a person you like is constantly texting you all day, every day, you're gonna...
That's why I know it's a joke, yeah, but I'm sick of hearing this ick bullshit. Oh, just giving me the ick. Huh? Like, I get it if it's like a person you're not interested in, but if you're with someone, yeah, and you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you're in, oh no, that gives me the ick. It's like, bro, like if you're with someone and you truly love them, yeah, nothing should give you the ick. Like nothing should make you cringe about them. Don't get me wrong, like there may be certain things they may come out with him, like, what you on about? But that's not a cringe, you know? But again, this generation we're living in, it's everything's changing, man. So listen, I like, if my girlfriend done something embarrassing, like I would say ick as a joke, but I would never, anything my girlfriend done, I mean, I don't know if she's watching the video, but apart from her dancing, which is pretty bad, but apart from that, I don't find anything she does cringe. And you should, if you're in a relationship and you always feel like your partner's doing cringe things, I mean, you shouldn't be with them, because in an ideal world, like you should never ever feel that way towards your partner.
You're gonna be like, oh my god, this is amazing, I love this. But if you don't like them enough, it's gonna come off as clingy and annoying. Someone you like is constantly making physical touch with you, it's like hot and like spicy, you know? But if you're not into them enough, then it's creepy. If the person you like does a grand gesture, it's romantic and amazing and you love it. But if you don't like them enough, it's embarrassing and weird. How I Met Your Mother fans might recognize this as the Dobler-Dahmer theory. These are some things guys wish girls understood. Boys, feel free to let me know if I've made a mistake. They're so compliment deprived. Like, they never get compliments. So if you compliment them, it will mean the absolute world to them.
Yes or no? Agree to disagree. I feel like too much of it can come across very cringe. And again, males that are alpha, that are want to be leaders, role models, all that stuff, we tend not to like compliments, because it's like, no, that's in my DNA. Like when someone says thank you, it's like we accept it, but it's like, no, it's in my DNA. I'm meant to do it. I'm a leader. Like So yes or no. Sometimes, okay, we like a little compliment. If you buy like a nice suit or a nice piece of clothing, and it's like we've bought it, we think they look good, and your girl, it's like, oh, they look like that's nice, but not all the time. Not all the time, every day, every week. It's just no.
And they'll probably never forget it, so take this as your sign to compliment a guy. I don't even know how this is possible, but apparently guys have the ability to think about nothing. Like, they can just make their mind go blank. Sounds impossible, right? But they can do it. So if you ask a guy what he's thinking about and he says nothing, odds are he's telling the truth. When a guy's in a relationship, he needs constant
the amount of times, what are you thinking about? What's wrong? It's like, I'm literally thinking about nothing. Like, honestly, yeah, that is funny. That's funny that she brought that up. Funny.
reassurance that you still care about him, because they have this fear inside them that tells them that she's losing interest, she doesn't like you anymore, whatever. They freak out. Ladies, this is how you know if a guy is flirting with you. Disclaimer, I'm mainly speaking from personal experience. This is just what I've seen and personally taken note of. So dudes, let me know if I've made a mistake. Okay. Laughing is the biggest tell that a guy is hitting on you, okay? Because listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not that funny. And suddenly you become an award-winning fucking comedian because every sentence you say, they're like giggling at it. So if he's laughing, he's interested. An obvious one is him complimenting you, okay? If he is complimenting you, baby, he's flirting with you. Okay, a little contradictory here, but like teasing. Teasing is like a fucking weird ass love language to them. I know they take it way too far sometimes, but if he's teasing you, it's usually a good thing. He's gonna try to impress you, okay? Like talking about his job or like cool things he owns, whatever it is. Sometimes they might come off a little cocky, but for the most part, if they're trying to upsell themselves to you, they're into you. Ladies, if you're
sometimes with that one, it can be difficult because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where the woman is just money hungry. Like, don't get me wrong, like in today's day and age, money is very powerful. However, not all men want someone that is money driven and money hungry, because if you put yourself in that situation with a woman, she's always going to want more money, more this, more materials, everything. Whereas if you're a rich man or a man with money, or you've got a decent amount of money, you're making a decent amount of money, and you want to find someone that is humble, you want to find a girl that is going to be supportive and appreciate everything that you give her and everything that comes out of the relationship, then you're not going to talk about money and what you've got and what you own, because you don't want to put yourself into that scene of women that are just money hungry, money, because imagine one day something happens with you financially, she ain't going to be there to support you, because you've put yourself in that situation where you've got all this shit and it's like, well, no, I want more money. Oh, you ain't got no money no more, see you later. Oh, I'm going to go and cheat on you, I'm going to go and find another guy who's rich or who's got more than you. So for that one, guys especially, don't put yourself in that situation. Even if you do have a fair bit of money about you or behind you, don't brag about shit like that, because you will find yourself with a woman that is very toxic and will try and fucking fend off your money and fend off your wealth. That's just it, as simple as it gets.
Like, oh my god, I don't know how to flirt. Let me give you some tips on how to flirt with just your body language. Disclaimer, I'm not saying I'm the flirt motherfucking master, because I'm not. This is just what works for me. So take some notes, and boys, let me know what you think. Eyes, baby. The power of your fucking eyes. Use those.
Tilt head can be a bit eye contact is very good.
Use them real good. Okay, you know what you do? Tilt your little head down, look into their soul, stare into their soul. Do not break eye contact once. That is for the weak, okay? Look into their soul and just bat your little eyelids while they talk. Power. We've mastered the art of the fake laugh, okay? Now it's time to use it for some good. So while he's telling you something, whatever it is, just like giggle a little bit. Throw in a little giggle, but not just any giggle. Throw a little physical touch in there too. So whether it's their arm, their chest, you'd be like, ah, that's it. You don't understand how much power that touch just had. Move closer, scoot over, walk over, tilt your head in a little bit. I don't care. Show them you're intrigued by the conversation by moving a little closer. Yeah. This is why talking stages and dating in general with this generation is so complicated, because you need to be interested, but not too interested. You need to be flirty, but not too flirty. You need to be chill and be distant, but not too distant. You need to hang out, but not too much. Like, everything you do is just a massive gray area. You can't be too much of anything. Like, it's so inauthentic, so not real, and it's like, how does it ever go anywhere from that? You have to assume that it's never going to go anywhere. And you're not allowed to want it to go anywhere either, because then you're doing too much. It's a mess. Girls, listen to me. If you want to say something that'll just get any guy going because it's so hot. Like, we already know the classic daddy. We already know the classic just say their name. But listen closely. Daddy. If you say this, it will ruin his life, okay? Ayo, the person that sent you this wants you to know we need to get the gang back together. Listen to me real close, baby, because here's the thing. Embarrassment isn't a real thing. Embarrassment comes with shame. And if you don't have any shame towards something you did, then it wasn't embarrassing. So anyone can run around and be like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. But if you don't feel any type of way towards it, it was not embarrassing. You ever think about the fact that what we consider a talking stage right now was just flat out dating in like 2010, 2005, 2000? Like going on dates, talking all the time, hooking up. Back then, that meant you were in a relationship. Now it's like you do that shit for fucking 6 months and it's all, what are we? Like, I'm not ready to be exclusive. All this shit, like, what the fuck? These are some signs that someone is about to ghost you. This may make some of you really sad, but it's all based on research, so like, don't shoot the messenger. Text and any type of messages are going to be coming in shorter and taking way longer to arrive. So maybe you'll get like a 2-word answer every 5-6 hours. Oh, yeah. You're going to feel like you're a bother to this person. So anytime you want to reach out or anytime you say something, you just feel like you're annoying them. You bring up future potential plans, dates, whatever, they will either be dismissive of it or just like have a really negative attitude towards it. You're going to find yourself making a lot of excuses for why they're acting a certain type of way. So if they haven't texted you all day, you're going to be like, oh, they're probably just really busy.
This is why I say for the ladies out there, when it comes to men, is don't give them your body. Don't give them your pyramid, man. Like, don't give them your body straight away. Don't do it. It's very, like I said, a very small percentage of men will sleep with you on the first night and stay with you for long term. Again, it's a small percentage. I don't think you realize how, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's small, okay? The rest, they want to get in there, but do they want a relationship? Probably not. Do they want to pursue you? Probably not. They just want to see what it's like. And that might come across very cold, but that is just how men are when it comes to that, you know, when it comes to sex and all this stuff. And, you know, and it's not unfortunate because that's just what men are. Like, men are like, you know, we do eventually want to have sex with women or the women that we're pursuing them. But it's too the first night is too easy for me. I feel like with anything, when it comes to relationships and pursuing someone, there's always going to be a risk. And it's like, I've heard people, they say, that's why I don't do relationships, because you get, you know, but it's a risk. Are you willing to take that risk? That's like with anything, though. It's like, you're ready to start a business. It's going to be a risk, but are you willing to take that risk? If you're not willing, then okay, sleep around, do your thing, but eventually you're going to want to get into a relationship. You're going to want to get into a relationship. And when you feel like you may be ready, you may get your heart broken, and then you're going to say, oh, I waited all this time to get in a relationship, and now this is it. It's like, do you know what? You should be dating. You should be pursuing people as much as possible, because get yourself prepared, get your calluses prepared. Like, callus, remember about, was I talking about this? I don't think I was, but you want to lay on as many calluses as you can when it comes to dating people, because it's like, you'll get used to rejection, you'll get used to being heartbroken, where you'll become so calloused and so cold-hearted. Like, if you are trying to pursue something that doesn't work, you don't care, you move on, you go on to the next thing. And it's like, don't be afraid to pursue something just because of the past. Okay, the probability of you actually being with someone in a relationship, again, it can be very minimal, and this percentage can be small, but unless you're willing to take that risk to pursue relationships, you will never find yourself in a good relationship. So even though in this day and age, again, it's all over on social media, men want sex, man. Of course we do. We're physical. We are attracted by physicality, and we do want sex. Yeah, and sex is a natural thing, and it's not a bad thing. It's not like we're addicted to it. That is just what has been programmed into our DNA, because we are natural reproducers. We produce sperm daily, so our sex drive is going to be a lot higher. So that is why we enjoy sex, we like sex, we want to have sex, but just don't be afraid to do it. Even if he has sex with you and then, you know what, boom, he's gone. It's the risk. Are you willing to take that risk?
No, they're about to ghost you. Here's a little reminder that you are probably the only one noticing these things. If you feel like you're looking a little bloated some days, I promise you're the only one that sees it. Moles, stretch marks, scars, whatever little insecurities you've got, 99% of the time, people only notice it once you point it out. If you can't remember embarrassing things other people have done, most likely they can't remember embarrassing things you've done. So those things that like haunt you and keep you up in the middle of the night being like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. You're the only one who remembers or cares. I don't know who the fuck needs to hear this, but you don't need to love yourself before getting in a relationship, because how do you expect anyone to love you if you can't love yourself? You need to love yourself so that when you do get in a relationship, you will know when you are being disrespected. You are going to know when you are being mistreated, and you are going to know your boundaries and have them set in place. Absolutely. And if they're not being met, you will walk away. But if you don't love yourself, if you don't respect yourself, you're going to be putting up with so much toxicity and so much shit that you don't deserve. So I'm telling you right now, focus on you, work on valuing yourself and respecting yourself, and then get in a relationship so that when you are in it, you are always looking out for you.
Sure. Oh, I totally agree with that woman. Hey, she knows what she's talking about, man. Fair play to her. Didn't expect that. Again, she won't always she won't always fully know what a man's thinking and wants, and no one does. When you're in that moment, you're not. And it's the same as men. We're not gonna fully know in that moment with a woman or a girl. We're not gonna know what's going through their mind because we're not them. But some of the things she's come out with in that video was spot on. Again, you need to love yourself before you get into a relationship. If you don't love yourself, you're not ready. Okay, you need to work on yourself. You need to love yourself before you get into any kind of relationship. Problem with most women today is very attractive, hold themselves well, but they're too easy. Too easy. And I feel like sometimes because they don't know themselves and they don't love themselves enough, they get into the wrong relationships. They get into relationships where they think it's right, but it's not. And until a woman knows her boundaries and respects herself, only then will you get into a relationship that is right for you. Just because you can fix a problem and fix an argument in a relationship doesn't mean it's right. Okay? Don't get me wrong, arguments and bickering is normal in a relationship, but don't always think you should be in that relationship. Like, you need to understand that there are certain boundaries they can't cross, and if they do cross them, then that is your trigger to leave. And if you're not and you're staying in that, good luck to you. I mean, hopefully it works out, but I don't think it will, because you have set all these boundaries for yourself and you don't have any self-respect. Because if you respected yourself, you wouldn't be in that situation. And it's like, until you respect yourself and love yourself and have your own barriers, and if they cross these boundaries and you don't leave, you don't respect yourself. So she's right on that part. All the other ones, totally agree, man. Like, men, I keep saying it, men are attracted to your physical attributes. They're not interested in, okay, it's nice to know what job you have, it's nice to know what you do, but it's not the be or end all. It's not, it really isn't. Like, we're not attracted to that. Women, on the other hand, we're attracted, you can be physically attracted to us, of course, but I would say you're more attracted to our status, power, all that stuff. Social status is very big today in this day and age, especially when it comes to social media. So, completely different routes. But like I said, man, like, if you're a woman and you're stuck in this spiral and you can't seem to figure out why men aren't going for you and men aren't, have you had to look yourself in the mirror? And I'm not being trying to be rude, but have a look in the mirror. Do they like what they see? Okay, if you need to lose a few pounds, go to the gym. If you need to put on a few pounds, go to the gym. Like, make the best version of yourself, man. If you're not the best version of yourself, how do you expect to be a good version for anyone else? That's not just women, that's men as well. Like, you're not getting women, go and look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe you need to go and put on a few pounds. Maybe you need to improve your behavior. Maybe you need to improve your attitude. Maybe there are certain traits that you give off that are just really not working for women. And it's like, sometimes you just need to sit down and look in the mirror and work on yourself. It's as simple as that. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Keep your video suggestions up, comments, keep them up. I will respond to you in that comment section. Guys, you're here with your boy Jordan, and I will see you in the next video.